Hey guys, it's Terry Edelman, ready to break down another episode Picks on Net, NHL Picks and Stats. I don't know what just happened there, sorry. Um, no recap for the Friday slate because obviously it is still going, and the two plays have not started yet. So we'll, of course, recap that most likely on the Sunday show tomorrow. But going to jump right into it here because we have a 14-game NHL slate on the Saturday card here, and we've got a bunch of great games to talk about. So a bunch of good spots to get into here shortly. Nicholas coming in to say good vibes. Thank you, Nicholas. I appreciate that. But we're going to jump right into it here. Of course, thanks to everybody watching on replay. And if you're interested in all my premium plays in the NHL for Saturday, make sure to become a YouTube member, hit the join button, and you'll get all of my NHL plays that I release tomorrow, and looking like a pretty big card on the Saturday slate. Go Hoosiers. As you can see, I don't even know how to pronounce it. I know how bad, but that's Hoosiers. But yeah, I'm against you there, Nicholas. I'm on Oregon plus 3.5. So not doing too good last time I saw, but it is what it is. Good evening, Terry and fellas. How's it going, Brian? But yeah, enough about college football. We're going to get into the NHL slate here. Starting with the first game, 1 p.m. Eastern, we've got the Rangers and the Bruins. The Rangers plus 110, road dogs. The Bruins minus 130, home favorites, and a total of 5.5 here in this one. And short and sweet, pass. You guys know, and maybe newer viewers don't know as much. Historically, and this goes back a few seasons now, for me at least, the 1 p.m. Eastern game just doesn't seem to go too well. Wonky things seem to happen here in this early Saturday afternoon game. So I really only pull the trigger on plays in the 1 p.m. Eastern or 12:30 p.m. Eastern slate if I really like something. And I don't really like anything here in this one. The Rangers plus 110 road dogs. Yes, that's kind of appealing with how the Rangers have played this season. They are 6-1 in the last 7 meetings between these two teams. But the New York Rangers are a fade team for me right now, even on the road. They've just lost back-to-back games on the road, 3-2 in Carolina, 6-3 in Washington. Got the 5-1 win against Florida in the Winter Classic, and then they've lost back-to-back games, 3-2 in overtime to Utah, and 5-2 against Buffalo. So things not going well for the Rangers right now. No confirmed goalie. I would assume it would be Jonathan Quick here. Obviously with Shesterkin on IR, Jeremy Swayman unconfirmed here. The Bruins have won 3 of their last 4, beating Edmonton, Vancouver, and Calgary, and then losing 7-4 to Seattle. So when I look at this one here, I think Boston wins, but I don't want to lay minus 130 with them here. And when it comes to the total for the last 7 between these two teams, has gone over 6.5. Boston's kind of been all over the place with the total recently, some higher scoring games, some lower scoring games. And then the same thing with the Rangers, kind of up and down when it comes to the total. So ultimately no play here for me. Players with goal streaks right now. Trocheck has scored in back-to-back games plus 240 for the Rangers, and Mason Lohrei has scored in back-to-back games for Boston plus 1,300 for Mason Lohrei to score a goal here in this one. We'll jump into the chat here. Hey, Puckers. Hey, how's it going? Similar to Hoser. Okay. I know people watching the show might be like, how does he not know? I'm going to blame it on being Canadian and the fact that I don't watch a lot of college football. So that is why. That's why. Hoosers. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Much appreciated, guys. About to say the same thing, pass. Yeah. There's so many great games on the slate on Saturday. So who is your... Say it fast. Okay, perfect. But yeah, so many great games on the Saturday slate. This one ultimately was a pass for me. But On to our second game. We've got the Calgary Flames. A lot of gold here. Calgary Flames and the Pittsburgh Penguins. The Flames plus 125. Road dogs. The Penguins minus 150. Home favorites. And a total of 6 here in this one. How did these two teams do against each other in the past? Pittsburgh 3-1-1 in the last 5 meetings. The home team has won 7 in a row between these two teams. So the home team usually has a lot of success. And 4 meetings in a row going over 6.5. We've seen some high-scoring games between these two teams. No confirmed goalies. There are some confirmed goalies actually for tomorrow, unlike usual. So, but Devin Cooley unconfirmed, Stuart Skinner unconfirmed. I would maybe take a guess that maybe they go to Wolf, but we'll have to see here in this one. This Calgary Flames team is really struggling on the road. 6-15-2 on the road this season. And they've lost 4 games in a row. 4-3 to Nashville, 5-1 to Seattle, 4-1 to Montreal, and 4-1 to Boston. So in their last 3 games, they've been outscored 13-3. All losses. Pittsburgh Penguins coming into this game on a win streak. They started the season off so hot, had a bit of a cold streak where they could not stop the puck to save their lives. They lost 8 games in a row. And it looked like maybe Pittsburgh was going to be the team that a lot of us expected. But after losing 8 in a row, they have now won 7 of their last 8. So that's kind of how the NHL has gone this year. Teams go on cold streaks and hot streaks and kind of all over the place. But Pittsburgh has been playing really well right now heading into this game. Of course, minus 150 is out of my price range. So when I look at this game here, I would look at the Penguins either in regulation or their team total over. And of course, you guys know we have been riding Sidney Crosby assist. I'm a bit worried. Not that he's not going to cash, but I'm a bit worried about the odds that we're going to see on this game. Nothing is out yet, so that's to be determined. If Crosby assist is minus 125, I will bet it. But if it's minus 140, like I'm thinking we might see, I can't pull the trigger on that at that price. So we're going to have to see what the odds are like for Crosby assist. If they're a bit too crazy, you still want to take Crosby assist. What you could do is take Crosby assist and the Penguins to win. So do a same game parlay with Pittsburgh money line and Crosby assist together. I think that's a good way to get a nice plus money odds with that play. I think Pittsburgh wins this game, and obviously I like Crosby assist. So we'll have to see what the odds are looking like here for the prop in this game, but I would like to pull the trigger on it if it's in my price range here in this one. Taking a look at players on goal streaks right now, Malkin scored in back-to-back games. Crosby has scored in 3 of 5, but not a whole lot of goal streaks overall, and point streaks are not available here as we record this on Friday night. But we'll continue on along to our next game. And this one's going to be really interesting because we have a confirmed goalie for Columbus here in this game, and it's not Jet Greaves. That's right. Elvis Merzlikins is confirmed. He's going to play a hockey game. Wow, Dean Evison. Of all games for you to finally decide to start Elvis Merzlikins, you're going to start him against the Colorado Avalanche. Honestly, how it feels in this game, it feels like, and I've been complaining that Jet Greaves should get a break, and I totally agree with that. But putting Merzlikins in this game when you have no confidence in him, he hasn't played since the 20th of December, and now you're going to throw him to the Wolves, the best team in the NHL. This game is likely not going to be pretty for the Columbus Blue Jackets. Elvis Merzlikins is probably going to let in, I'm going to assume, anywhere from 5 to 6 goals in this game. I don't think it's going to be pretty whatsoever. I kind of feel bad for Merzlikins because you have a goalie that you don't believe in, obviously, that you won't even start him on back-to-backs. And now this is the game you give him. It pretty much feels like they're kind of throwing him to the wolves and saying, "Oh well, we'll punt this game and try to win against Utah on Sunday." So that's how I see this game. Colorado's won 5 of the last 7 between these two teams, 3 of the last 5 going over 6.5. I am seeing minus 130, minus 135s for the 6.5. And I also did see a 7. I'm going to make a prediction here that by the time this game starts, I think we do see quite a few 7s, especially when people realize that Elvis Merzlikins is playing in this game. I think people are going to hit that over. I like the over. I would also look at Colorado team total over 4.5. And I know, again, that's a high number, but Elvis Merzlikins, I don't see him coming in here and standing on his head in this game. Maybe if they were facing a team like Winnipeg, maybe that's where you would throw Elvis in. But this just feels like a bad situation here to be putting him in net. Now, taking a look at Colorado, team total over 4.5 is plus 115. So that's one of the ways I would go here to back the Avalanche. I do not have the background made for it, but I do have a play in this game that I somehow totally forgot about because I have not bet my props yet. But one play that I will be on here in this game that's not on the screen, Brock Nelson, anytime goal. I'm seeing around plus 160 here, plus 155 for Nelson to score. 5 of his last 6 games with a goal. 2 of those games he had multiple goals. So Brock Nelson is red hot right now, and he scored in back-to-back games against the Columbus Blue Jackets, and of course will face Elvis Merzlikins. So Brock Nelson, anytime goal, official play here for this game in this one. Let's go see what people are thinking. Elvis in the house. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh, boy. Yes. Oh, boy. After they just scored 8 last game. Yes. It feels a little bit unfair. And I know I've been saying start Elvis, but you think maybe to get his confidence up, you would maybe start him maybe against Utah tomorrow instead of Colorado. Now, not that Utah is a bad team or anything, but throwing him to the Wolves is just unfair, in my opinion. But Colorado first period team total over 1.5. You think they can score 2 in the first period? Yeah, I like that, depending on what the odds look like. I think this game could get ugly. And that's what you want when you're looking at a team total for a team. The best team in the NHL, and when you're looking at props. So we'll go with Nelson anytime goal here in this one. Let's go and see what here. Jersey is in. Okay, that's good news. I hope he's 100%. I hope he's feeling good, and I hope he's ready to rock. But that's good news. Thank you, DJ. Appreciate that. But we will continue on along to our next game, the Dallas Stars and the San Jose Sharks. Dallas minus 185 road favorites. The Sharks plus 155 home dogs, and a total of 6.5 here in this game. But actually, hold on a second. Going back here, other players on goal streaks here in this game. McKinnon scored in 3 of 5. McKinnon anytime goal is minus 140. Minus 140, minus 150, minus 157. Those are the odds for Nathan McKinnon to score a goal. This is why I stay away from Avalanche props, because of the value. There's just not usually value, and there's definitely zero value with McKinnon. But as I said, Nelson plus 160. Werenski has scored in 3 of 5. Didn't score in his last game, or scored, in 5 of 7. Didn't score against Vegas in his last game, only 1 shot. Now facing Colorado, plus 410 for Werenski to score. There is a ton of value there. I do think Columbus is going to have some offensive success, so maybe Werenski goal could be a good look here. But we'll go back to this one here. Stars minus 185, Sharks plus 155 here in this one. No confirmed goalies for this game. And how these two teams have been doing recently, well, they're kind of heading in opposite, or they've kind of been heading in opposite directions. Heading into this one, Dallas had lost 6 games in a row. They've lost 6 of their last 7. Did get a win against Washington in their last game. San Jose has been winning games. They've won 5 of their last 6 games, and they're scoring goals. 6-3, 5-4, 4-3. They lost 7-3. They beat Columbus 5-2, and they beat LA 4-3. If you notice something about all those games, a lot of high-scoring games. Looking at their previous 5 games before that, 7-2, 4-2, 5-3, 6-3, 6-5. The San Jose Sharks have been an over team for a long time now. The Dallas Stars team, their last game 4-1, but previous to that, 6-3, 4-3, 4-3, 4-1, 4-3, 4-3, 5-1, 8-3, 5-3. You guys probably know what's coming. Give me the over 6.5, minus 110. Because not only are both teams heavily trending towards the over right now, 5 of the last 7 games between these teams over 6.5, and 8 of the last 11 meetings between these two teams has gone over 6.5. So, two teams really scoring right now, really giving up goals, and they've gone over against each other in the past. Give me the over 6.5. Dallas has won 9 of the last 10 games between these two teams. Would not shock me to see the Sharks win streak come to an end. But having said that, I will be betting Macklin Celebrini anytime goal. Now, I'm waiting to pull the trigger on this because the odds that I'm seeing, okay, they're a little bit better now. I was seeing, I think, plus 125. Now I'm seeing plus 140. So now we're getting a bit better here. I'm going to wait to lock in my props until tomorrow, or at least till later tonight when there's more books available so I can get better odds overall. But why am I taking Macklin Celebrini anytime goal? He scored in 6 of his last 7 games. He is absolutely red hot scoring goals. But looking at his shots on goal, 7, 8, 1, 2. So a couple bad games there. 8, 1, 4, 5, 5, and 7. Celebrini is shooting the puck a lot right now, so we'll take him. Anytime goal, depending on what the odds are. I'm going to be taking him, but don't have the official odds here at this moment. Is that? No, that's not it. Looking at other players on streaks besides Macklin Celebrini, of course, Pavel Regenda has scored in 3 of his last 5 games, 4 of his last 6, and he's plus 400 to score. If you want to go back to Regenda one more time. For Dallas, Wyatt Johnston has scored in 3 games in a row, plus 140. And against the Sharks, he scored in 5 of his last 7 against San Jose. So Wyatt Johnston, anytime goal, I think is a great play. Might be another goal prop that I add here in this game because that's a lot of good success against the Sharks, and he's scoring right now. So might have to add Wyatt Johnston anytime goal as well. But we'll continue on along with our next game, the Anaheim Ducks, plus 125 road dogs, the Buffalo Sabres, minus 150 home favorites, and a total of 6.5 here in this one. How do these two teams do against each other? Buffalo, 4-2 in the last 6 meetings, 3 overs, 2 unders, first total 6.5, 3 overs, and 3 unders. Confirmed goalies here for this one. I don't believe we have any here. No. Lucas Dostal unconfirmed. Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen unconfirmed here in this one. Of course, UPL has been really, really good at home. So that's something to keep in mind here when you look at this game. How have these two teams been doing recently? Well, kind of like our last game, these two teams are going in different directions right now. The Anaheim Ducks were on top of the Pacific Division They were looking like a really good team. They were scoring a bunch of goals. They were getting good goaltending from Dostal. They had won 7 games in a row. They were 11-3-1. Overall, they were doing good. 19-10-1. Things were looking good, but ever since then, Lucas Dostal got injured. He came back, and he has not looked good. And when they put Mrazek in, he hasn't looked good. When they put Husso in, he hasn't looked good. The Anaheim Ducks, I'm not going to list them all because there's about 20 games now where they've been going either close to the over. They've been scoring 4 goals. They've been giving up 4 goals. Looking at recent games, they've given up 6, 5, 4, 5, 7, 5, 5. But they're still scoring 2, 2, 4, 2, 3, 4. The Anaheim Ducks have been an over-bettor's dream, the way the Ducks have been playing. The Buffalo Sabres here on the other side, 13-5-2 at home. They've been really good at home. Obviously had their 10-game win streak snapped, lost to Columbus, but they've won back-to-back games, 5-3 and 5-2 against Vancouver and the New York Rangers. When I look at this game, Buffalo money line is a parlay piece, Buffalo in regulation, Buffalo team total over, and even the over in general. I know UPL likely a net. He plays very well at home, but this Ducks team is still scoring goals. They just can't stop the puck right now. So I think all those plays are good plays. For me, Josh Stone over half a point. Now, I'm going to be keeping my eye on the odds. If you go to bet this tomorrow and you're seeing he's minus 130 or minus 140 for a point, something like that, I will be taking the goal prop. So this is all about the odds for me here in this one. I do have quite a few plays here overall, including premium plays for the Saturday slate. So, and I have some goal props. So if I'm able to take the point prop, I will. If it's past minus 125, then I'll go with the goal prop, which I think was at plus 2 something here in this one. Doan is hot. He's red hot right now. He scored in 4 games in a row for the Buffalo Sabres. And he has been shooting the puck 3, 3, 1, 2, 2. So actually hasn't been shooting a lot, but when he has, it's gone in the net. So we'll look towards Josh Stone, and then however you want to bet Buffalo, money line, team total over in regulation. Money line is a parlay piece. This is just a mismatch right now. This Ducks team is just in complete awful form, and this Buffalo Sabres team is in the best form we've seen in years. So I like Buffalo here in this one. But we will take a look at other players here in this game other than Doan. Alex Tuch has scored in back-to-back games, plus 195. Jason Zucker has scored in 3 of 5, plus 235. Ryan McLeod has scored in back-to-back games, plus 390 for Buffalo. And the one player consistent recently for Anaheim is Beckett Seneca, 3 games in a row with a goal, plus 285 here in this game. Sabres score first and win. I don't hate that at all. I don't know what their record is scoring the first goal, but I'm pretty sure this Ducks team has been giving up the first goal quite a bit. Owen PowerPoint, has he been doing good? Let's see here. Owen Power. I'm pretty sure that Bowen Byram has been doing good lately, but let's see. Owen PowerPoint, 3 of his last 4 games with a point. Yeah, so and back-to-back games against Anaheim, Power has a point. So I like that, Nicholas. See, you know your Sabres. Owen PowerPoint, I like that. And it's probably going to be pretty decent plus money, despite the Sabres being favorites here. So I like that play. But continuing on, a long Turnes game, the Detroit Red Wings and the Montreal Canadiens. Detroit plus 120 road dogs. Montreal minus 140 home favorites. and a total of 6 here in this one. Looking at this game here, John Gibson is confirmed tomorrow for Detroit. To be determined for Montreal. They obviously have 3 goalies, so we'll have to see. We'll have to see who ends up starting here in net for this one. Both teams entered this game playing pretty well as of late. Detroit has won back-to-back games, 5-3 against Ottawa, 5-1 against Vancouver, bouncing back after losing back-to-back games to Pittsburgh, 4-1 and 4-3. The Montreal Canadiens entered this game having won 5 of their last 7. They beat Florida and Carolina, somehow lost to St. Louis, and then beat Dallas, Calgary, and Florida. So the Montreal Canadiens playing very well right now. They are scoring goals as well. Previous games between these two teams, Montreal 4-1 in the last 5 meetings. The Habs have scored at least 4 goals in 7 of the last 8 games between these two teams. The last 4 have gone under 6.5. So even though Montreal is scoring 4, the game overall is staying under a total of 6.5. For me here in this one, give me the Habs team total over 3.5, plus 110 here in this game. As I said, the Habs have scored at least 4 in 7 of the last 8 meetings between these two teams. But if you look at what the Habs have done recently, 7 against Carolina, 4 against Dallas, 4 against Calgary, 6 against Florida, and then obviously the loss to St. Louis in there. So Montreal is scoring a bunch of goals right now. Detroit not necessarily giving up. They did give up 4 to Pittsburgh both games. So I think it's very possible they can give up 4. More than possible that they can give up 4 here to the Montreal Canadiens. When I'm looking at this game from a prop perspective here, there is one player that I'm likely going to be getting to, which is Oliver Kapanen, plus 320. I'm seeing his anytime goal. He did score in his last game. He's faced Detroit twice, scored in the most recent game, and he scored in 4 of his last 5 games for the Montreal Canadiens. So having a lot of offensive success. I'm seeing him at around plus 320. So I most likely will get to Kapanen, either if it's a half unit play, most likely not a full unit play, but we'll look to him. His line mate, Yuri Slavkovsky, has scored in 3 of 5, plus 230. Lane Hudson has scored in 3 of 5, plus 600. And then Lucas Raymond and Alexandre Texier both scored in back-to-back games, plus 250 for Raymond and plus 370 for Texier here in this one. But we'll continue on along with our next game, the Florida Panthers and the Ottawa Senators. Here in this one, Florida, minus 105, road dogs. Ottawa, minus 115, home favorites, and a total of 6.5 here in this one. And this one is a bit interesting, odds-wise. Sergei Bobrovsky unconfirmed. Levi Marilainen unconfirmed here in this one. And I know some people are going to look at this and look at the last game for the Senators and think, okay, they have to respond here after losing their last game. But like we saw with the New Jersey Devils, that's not necessarily true. And the Ottawa Senators had lost 5-3 to Detroit, and they had lost 3-1 to Utah in their previous 2 games. So now they've lost 3 in a row. Of course, they're going to want to snap out of that losing streak. They are 10-8-3 at home. Florida is only 8-9 on the road, and Florida's lost 4 of their last 5. 3-2 to Montreal, 5-1 to the Rangers, 4-1 to Toronto, 6-2 to Montreal. And then sandwiched in there, they had a 2-1 win against Colorado. So big win against Colorado, losses otherwise. Previous games between these two teams, Florida 7-2 in the last 9 meetings. They have had a lot of success against the Senators team. 1 over and 4 unders in the last 5 meetings. So we've seen some more lower scoring games. Ultimately, I'm definitely not going near the total here in this one. I do like Florida, though. I think Florida's the better team here. I know they haven't been playing well, but they've had a lot of domination over the Senators team. And yes, I get it. The Sens are going to want to bounce back here, but don't think this is the team that they want to face when they're looking to bounce back. So I think Florida is likely the right side here. Not sure if I'm going to get to them or not. We'll have to consider it more for sure. Oh boy, I never catch the live Friday night video. Here I am. It's late, or I'm late, but that's what I do. How's it going, Terry? Hey, nice to see you, Sweet Pickles. No worries. Not a lot of people are watching right now. It's Friday night. People are focused probably on the college football game or hockey or whatever they're doing. I just put out the show now because, believe it or not, to our 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 a.m., the show gets quite a bit of views during that time. So people like to have the show early, so that's why I do it here on Friday nights, even if people can't join the live show. Oh, and going back to that, make sure to check the comments of the video. If you're watching this on Saturday, and if you're missing some of the people that contribute, feel free to leave comments what you like on the slate, and then you can check those comments out. So there'll be some of the contribution that most people bring on the weekday shows, hopefully still in the comments. But Florida or pass, I agree. I can't back the Senators team, and I'm not just going to say, oh, they have to bounce back after getting their asses handed to them by the Avalanche. Not necessarily. Not necessarily. And the rumor mill that was going on, I think, has not helped anything either. I'm not going to get into detail with that, but you can check on X. I'm sure people have heard what was said there. So outside drama is definitely not helping the Senators either heading into this game. But 2 more games left, and then I believe I've got 5 games on the rest of the games on the slate segment. I know a lot of games on the Saturday slate here. The Islanders plus 150 road dogs, and the Wild minus 180 home favorites, and a total 5.5 here in this one. But we have to go back because I totally forgot props here in this one, and I don't think there's a whole lot of. Yeah, the reason I didn't mention props, nobody's scored in 3 of their last 5. Some guys have scored in 2 of 5, but yeah, there's not really any kind of streaks here, goal-wise, in this game. Here in this one, the Wild have dominated the Islanders for quite a few years now, 8-1 in the last 9 meetings. They've swept, I think, the Islanders 3 of the last 4 years. And they've had a lot of offensive success, scoring at least 4 goals in 4 of the last 5 meetings between these 2 teams. However, this is the Wild coming off a very long road trip, 7-game road trip with the World Juniors there being played in Minnesota. The Wild had to go on a long road trip. Now they're finally back home. First game after a long road trip. It tends to be a fade spot, but the Wild have dominated the Islanders. The Wild 13-4-5 at home. They've been really great on home ice. When I look at this game here, from a side perspective, I have to pass because the Wild are minus 180 here, and I cannot take the Wild in regulation. Absolutely cannot do that. Because they've gone to overtime in 3 of their last 5, the Islanders have gone to overtime in 3 of their last 5. So don't want any part in the regulation. Maybe this is a good spot to take the draw here in this one. I don't think the Wild are going to beat down this Islanders team. This Islanders team playing very well right now, and it is a bad spot for the Wild coming off the road trip. I would say look at the Islanders' first period, but this Wild team is so good at scoring first that I don't like that play either. So if I was going to get to anything in this game, it would probably be Wild money line as a parlay piece here in this one, or maybe look at some props. But I would have to maybe be point or assist props because goal-wise, we don't have a lot of consistent goal scorers right now. Ryan Hartman is scoring in back-to-back games for the Wild plus 370. Simon Holmstrom back-to-back games plus 410 for the Islanders here in this one. But final game of the night before I get to the rest of the games on the slate segment, St. Louis Blues plus 210 road dogs, the Vegas Golden Knights minus 260, home favorites, and a total of 5.5 here in this one. Vegas 5-1-1 in the last 7 meetings between these two teams. They've had a lot of success against this Blues team. 3 overs, or actually for a total of 5.5, 4 overs and 1 under in the last 5 meetings. And Vegas has had a lot of success offensively against the Blues, scoring at least 3 goals in 5 straight meetings and 4 or more goals in 4 of the last 5. So Vegas has had a lot of success against this Blues team, and it'll most likely be Jordan Binnington in net, unless they go to Hofer again on the second night of a back-to-back. And then for Vegas, it looks like it'll be Akira Schmid, to be determined. Carter Hart got hurt in the last game, so that's something to keep in mind here if you're looking at the total. And I would look at the over here at 5.5. I'm a bit surprised that it's a 5.5 here, with the fact that we will likely get Binnington and the fact that this Vegas Golden Knights team, their last 5 games, 4-2, 4-3, 3-2, 4-3, and 5-3. And then the Blues, 4-2, 6-1, 4-3, 2-0, 7-3. So both of these teams involved in high-scoring games. I'm actually really surprised that this total is a 5.5. So I lean with the over. I lean with Vegas team total over, but you guys know what's coming. Give me Mark Stone anytime goal. Did not see the best odds when I looked at FanDuel here, so I am waiting to see what comes up as we get more books available here. Why am I taking Mark Stone anytime goal? Well, he's the hottest goal scorer in the NHL right now. He has scored in 6 of his last 8 games and 8 of his last 10. He's been incredibly consistent here, and he's scored in back-to-back games against the St. Louis Blues. So we're going to take him. Mark Stone, anytime goal, to finish off the slate here. Vegas puck line, which is probably nuts right now, but this Blues team is bad. Yeah, I agree. The Blues are so bad. I can't get to Vegas here, though, just because 9, 6, and 6 at home. So 9 wins, 12 losses. They just have not played great on home ice. Did get the win against Columbus in their last game. They've won back-to-back. They are the better team. So I don't hate it, but sidewise not going to get to anything here in this one. Other games on the slate. And because it's a 14-game slate, there's definitely some games that I did not break down. First being Seattle and Carolina. Carolina 5-3 all time against the Kraken. 1 over, 5 unders, and 2 pushes for a total of 6. So a lot of lower scoring games, surprisingly, here between these two teams. And oh boy, do I wish I did not bet the college football game. Oh my God. Anyways, sorry for that, guys, but oh my God. But anyways, Seattle, Carolina, looking at the total here, it's a 5.5. So 3 overs and 5 unders in recent meetings. I can't get to anything here. I'm not going to back Carolina as this big of a favorite. The Kraken have been playing well, but are off a loss to the Wild in their last game. Seattle plus 1.5 is minus 115. So don't hate that. I think it's possible that the Kraken can keep this game close, but ultimately did not get to anything here. Goal props. Let's see if I can find it. There we go. Brock. Oh, that's the wrong game. What happened there? There we go. Goal streaks. Logan Stankoven has scored in 3 games in a row. He's the hottest goal scorer in this game, plus 340. to score here. Matty Beniers, Nikolai Ehlers, both have scored in 3 of 5. Plus 200 for Ehlers, plus 350 for Matty Beniers. Here in this one. Tampa Bay and Philadelphia. Tampa Bay 6-1-2 in the last 9 meetings. 3 of the last 4 going under 3.5. So some really, really low scoring games between Tampa and Philadelphia in recent meetings. How are these two teams doing recently? Well, both teams have been really, really hot recently. Tampa Bay, I believe, have won 7 or 8 in a row. 14-4-3 on the road. They've been really great on the road. And the Flyers 12-5-5 at home. They've been really great at home in recent games. Looking at this one, I want to take Kucherov over 1.5 points, but I don't like how low-scoring games have been between these two teams recently. But if you look at what Kucherov has done, 7 consecutive games with at least 2 points, including a 3 and a 5-point game during that stretch. Kucherov has been red hot. And his last 2 games against Philly, 2 points, 3 points. 3 games before that, only 1, and then 4 and 3 in the previous 2 games. So Kucherov has had a lot of success against the Flyers. Big slate, a big card for me, so ultimately won't get to Kucherov over 1.5 points. But if you did want to take props here in this game, that is what I would look at here in this game. Travis Konechny day-to-day. We'll see if he plays. Same thing with Bobby Brink. So looks like the Flyers have some injuries here to keep an eye on. Brandon Hagel scored in back-to-back games, plus 235 for the Tampa Bay Lightning. Vancouver and Toronto. Vancouver 4-1 in the last 5 meetings. Again, really low-scoring games, back-to-back games under 3.5 between Vancouver and Toronto. And overall, the home team 16-2 in the last 18 meetings. It's been a very dominant home series between Vancouver and Toronto. This one's tough when I look at it here. The Vancouver Canucks have been better on the road, 12-10-2 on the road, but they're in a big losing streak right now. The Leafs on the other side, they're winning games, 15-5-5 at home, but 2 of their last 3 they went to overtime. So I don't want to take the Leafs in regulation here. So ultimately, I'm going to stay off. Looking at player props here. Jake DeBrusk is scoring a back-to-back games, plus 250, and Easton Cowan is scoring a back-to-back games for the Leafs, plus 440. Great value with Easton Cowan here in this game. 2 more games left. Chicago and Nashville. Nashville 13-2 in the last 15 meetings. They've dominated the Hawks for a long time. 2 overs, 4 unders, and a push to a total 6. So the 5.5 here. 3 overs, 4 unders. And the main thing to keep in mind here is the goaltending for the Blackhawks. Drew Commesso had to start here on Friday night with the fact that the injury bug, a sickness bug is going around the Blackhawks locker room right now. Commesso has given up 3 goals on 9 shots so far to the Capitals. Going very well for him, and he may have to start again against Nashville. So keep an eye out when it comes to the goalies. Definitely not going anywhere near the Blackhawks, especially obviously with the goalie sickness going on, but also Nashville's completely dominated them. But the Predators minus 200 favorites, that's a bit much. This Blackhawks team has been playing well overall recently, so I can't get to anything there. And then the LA Kings and Edmonton Oilers. In the last 4 regular season games, LA is 3-1 against the Oilers. 3 games in a row going under 5.5. But if you look at the playoff meetings, Edmonton 8-3, and 9 of the last 11 have gone over 6.5. So regular season, low-scoring games, LA seems to find a way to win. When the playoffs come, Edmonton says, guess what? We're going to score a bunch of goals. We're going to score a bunch of goals, and we're going to beat you. And that's what happens in the playoffs. So whether Edmonton can turn it around in the regular season against the Kings, it is a good spot for them here with the Kings on the second night of a back-to-back. So something to keep an eye on in that game, but ultimately not going to get to anything there. I don't like to bet LA props very often, and Edmonton props are just not a whole lot of value there. So that is it. That is the Saturday slate. Make sure to, if you want all my premium NHL plays for the Saturday slate, make sure to hit the join button and become a member. And hit the like button and subscribe button on your way out, and let me know what you like on the NHL, and let the other viewers know what you like in the NHL on Saturday in the comment section below. And that's it. Best of luck to everybody on the big Saturday slate. Enjoy NFL football, whatever else you're betting on or watching. And we'll see you guys most likely tomorrow night. I know last Sunday I did a show Sunday morning. It's tough with 14 games on Saturday. All those teams are playing Saturday. It's really tough for me to do a show Saturday night with the fact that some teams are still playing, and it's tough, a little bit tough. So the show for Sunday may be Sunday morning. We'll have to see. As normal, weekend shows are kind of all over the place, but I'm sure you guys forgive me. Thank you. Thanks, Nicholas. Best of luck. Thanks for tonight. Best of luck. You too, Brian. Thanks, Terry. Thank you, Sweet Pickles. And thank you to everyone that watches the show. Best of luck, and we'll see you guys on the next one.